Okay, so thank you for joining. Let's start now. So before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Rohan, and I have more than a decade experience working in the network security field. I have worked with a lot of products, okay, mostly with reference to the firewalls and SWG appliances. Firewalls as in like Fortinet, Palo Alto, Juniper, uh, Cisco's, even the legacy devices. Okay, so that is what I have working on. Also with reference to security web gateway based upon the clouds and all, that is also something which I'm working on. So I have worked with several customers throughout the globe uh, to understand their setup, deployment, to understand their day-to-day challenges, giving them the suggestion as what to do, why to do. Okay, because every suggestion must be followed by a logic or reason, right? If I'm saying something, if I'm asking customer to do something, so there must be a reason behind it, right? So taking confidence of the customer and like that helps to narrow down and like troubleshoot the problem. Okay, so in general, what I really do is troubleshoot. Okay, troubleshoot means not fixing the issue rather than narrowing it down. That is what I do. No matter what the like challenges, if that challenge is linked with my device in that network, I am like there to help the customer at the earliest. Now, saying that, whatever I have garnered in my 10 plus years of working, I'm here to share that along with the fundamentals of the firewall, what we are going to learn. Okay, so although this course is going to be with reference to NSE 4 and 7 specifically, now before someone thinks that, hey, NSE 4 and 7 is, I think there is no more NSE 4 and 7 and Fortinet has changed their certifications. That is actually partially true. Still, you have a NSE 4 and 7, but I will like come to that point, how the certifications are designed and all. But this course is going to be focused on NSE 4 and 7 in order to give you a complete overview of your firewall, as in functioning from hardware level to the software level, and uh, how you can manage your device, how you can configure your device based upon whatever the requirement that you want to achieve, and more importantly, how you can troubleshoot. Okay. Now see, uh, loading the configuration is not a big task. Okay. Even if you Google it, you will find more or less all of your configurations. Okay. Except some minute parts and details, you will be ending up finding almost all the configurations through the Google itself. So configuration is not the challenge. My focus with reference to this course is going to be completely building the concept as what and why happens, okay, and where you should be applying which configuration and why, right? So those things needed to be addressed, because at the end of the day, if you are completed with this course, you may not be, yes, I'm not showing the screen right now. Okay, I'm just giving you an intro, what is the expectation, and then I will start showing the screen. Okay. Now, the thing is, what I was saying is that at the end of the day, okay, you must be very confident to troubleshoot the firewall. That is what matters. Okay. So in order to troubleshoot the firewall, the concept must be crystal clear from basics to the advanced. Okay. So that is what my focus is going to be throughout the course. Now, that being said, let me show you the certification part first, so that the terms are clear, that what kind of certifications that will be covered. It's like this course will help you to achieve which new Fortinet related certificates. Okay, so let me share my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah, Rohan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now see, Fortinet has changed its certificate structure. Before, we only simply have one NSE 1, 2, 3, 4, and likewise still NSE 8. Okay, but now what they have done is they have grouped it to give in a specific sense that what your expertise, what your skills lies into. Okay, as you all would be aware that Fortinet is a company which builds lot of cyber security and the network security products. Like one of that product in firewall is FortiGate. So FortiGate is the next gen firewall which is designed and developed by the Fortinet, right? But apart from that, there are several other products like Analyzer, FortiManager, dedicated SD-WAN, FortiAP, FortiAuth, FortiWeb, and likewise. Okay. So see, this is going to help you to achieve do you see this FCP level certificate for network security? Okay, although this, in order to get this certification, you need to actually crack 2 of the examinations. Okay, see here, the first one is NSE 4, that is core. You must be able to pass this. Okay, you have to. Okay, this is also related to FortiGate administrator, so link to the FortiGate firewall only. And then out of these, you can use, it means like choose any one of the exam based upon what product you are confident to. Like for example, FortiManager, FortiNAC, Analyzer, EMS. Okay, so whatsoever is there. Okay, so from these lists, you have to choose any one of that. But see, the core examination is NSE 4, FortiOS, and FortiGate administration. Okay, administration means like the basics in and out of the firewall. Okay, so the point is, even if you want to achieve the FCP for network security, you must have to crack an NSE 4. So that means you are going to give an NSE 4 examination. Okay, so that thing is like most of the people now think says that NSE 4 and 7 is no more. So that is not true. Okay, they have clubbed it. Now, apart from the FCP, you can also achieve this. Fortinet Certified Associate. Okay. That will also require you to have in and out knowledge of your FortiGate firewall. I think there is one more. Just give a moment. FCSS, that is Fortinet Certified Solution Specialist, right? So even in this network security, see, there are a lot of skills, okay? OT security, security operations, network security, SASE, right? The cloud-based and all public cloud security. So there are several technologies, okay? Not every concept, every device is not built to achieve a certain extent of security in a several deployment. Like for example, in like cloud, you will have something different. On your on-prem, you will have something different, right? When you are managing your private or like public clouds, you have to go with a different approach. Okay, so that is what it is segregated into. Before, it was not done in this way. So network security, if I will show you, see, FCSS, your core examination is an NSE 7 Enterprise Firewall. That is your FortiGate firewall. Okay, that is the high-end model or whatever the features that is supported in NSE 7. So before I jump into the NSE 4 and 7 course contents and all, is the point clear that if you go with reference to this course, you will be able to achieve FCS, FCA, and FCSS. Okay, so these 3 certificates with reference to network security. Okay, so the main core examination, what it is dependent to, and you must be passing out is with reference to NSE 4 and 7. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
to this point? Okay. Now, see here, this batch, this course, whatever I'm going to tell you is core based with reference to FortiGate firewall and firewall only. No manager, no analyzer, no NAC, no switch, no wireless, nothing at all. Only FortiGate firewall. Okay. See, the FortiGate firewall has several features inside itself. You can integrate FortiGate firewall with FortiManager, FortiAnalyzer, FortiNAC, FortiSwitch, or any third party or the same vendor devices. Okay, you can do that. And we will see how the FortiGate firewall can be configured in order to integrate with any other product. Okay, and why you should do it. What is the add-on to it? Those are the things which we are going to discuss. But it does not mean that we are going to discuss about FortiManager and Analyzer in the depth. I will give you an overview what they do, what are the purpose of it. But this course is not for manager or like analyzer. It is only for FortiGate firewall. FortiGate firewall is a very big device. Okay, it has a lot of features into it. So we are going to focus on to those parameters. Okay.
Rohan,
Yes, please.
I'm audible, right?
Yes, you are.
Rohan, you are going to cover that topics also, Forti Analyzer, Forti EMS, Forti EDR, and this.
No. That is what I'm saying. Now, apart from FortiGate firewall, nothing else, no other device will be covered.
Actually, if you can give a little overview about this now, so it's very mandatory in our production network in organization. So it will very helpful for us if you can give at least introduction about this one also.
Introduction for almost like about the FMG and FSE.
No, Forti Analyzer, Forti EDR.
That is the shortest form is called FSE and FMG. Yes.
Yeah.
See, like I said, see, those are like
It's how that will be deploying production, so how it works. So it will be very helpful.
but that's to like let you know that there is going to be a different module all like together. And okay, and like not only that, you need to have a licensed product for it. Okay, because those are not given in free versions. Like we have FortiGate firewall for the free ones. You will not get FortiManager or like analyzer for the free ones. So it is hard to tell. It's like all those things. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Fine. Now see, the thing is, let me show you what will be covered in the NSE 4 and 7 and what is the difference between NSE 4 and 7. After all, you are going to learn about the FortiGate firewall only, right? Whether you learn NSE 4 or NSE 7, but this course is designed to club these two levels in a single go. Why we have done it and like what is the content of it. So let's see to it. Let me share my screen again. Let me know once my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Okay, so now see this. With reference to your NSE 4, okay, see there are certain expectation when I will say that, hey, I am an NSE 4 certified. So what does this mean? Or if someone says that, hey, I am NSE 7 certified, so what does that mean, right? So see, the core essence of NSE 4 and 7 is the same, that it confirms that the candidate who has cleared NSE 4 or 7, they possess the skill to configure the firewall from end to end. They also possess the skill to manage the firewall if in case anything is like whether the firewall is in cluster, standalone, or no matter what kind of a setup deployment that the firewall is in, the candidate can easily manage the firewall. Okay, managing the firewall means like administrative accessibility, logging sessions, you know where to look at. Okay, you know where to configure what. Okay, and like I said, monitoring, loggings and all, right? So these are things which you will be able to do. You can also do the basic troubleshooting. You may not be able to fix the problem to the core, but you can do some basic level steps to know what exactly is going on wrong. Okay, so that is what the expectation is with reference to NSE 4. In addition to that, if you have NSE 7, so that says that you cannot only manage, configure, or like know your device from in and out, but at the same point, you can do the advanced level troubleshooting. Now, let me give you a very simple example to like differentiate that. For example, let me take, someone says that, hey, a certain VLAN users are not able to access some specific website, okay? So you have to like troubleshoot onto that. So if you are NSE 4, you can do the basic check that, okay, hey, I'm looking for routing policies and all. Okay, let's say you look for UTMs and all, and you saw, or like in the logs, you are seeing that the traffic for that is getting like client reset or maybe server reset. That is what you are seeing. Okay, you may be seeing like website blocked by the web filter or like application control, something. Okay, you saw that. So in order to fix that, what you will do is you may ask your customer that, hey, see, I'm getting the client reset. So maybe the issue is on your machine. You have to verify with your IT team that why you are sending the reset. Okay, or if you see the server reset coming, you may say that please check your destination web server at why they are sending the reset. Okay, that is what your comms like general response is like going to be. If your website is getting blocked because of web filter, you will go to the web filter, modify that configuration, or maybe adding that URL as a bypass or an action with an allow, and then you will make that website working for those people. Okay, so these are the things that you will be able to do. But if I ask you, or if the customer says that if you're seeing client reset, why do you think that this client reset is coming from my machine? Maybe someone else is sending. Maybe your like device is causing my Windows machine to send a reset. Could be your firewall is changing the certificate, which we call as a concept of an inspection. Because your firewall is doing that, that's why my client is sending that. We don't trust your certificate. There can be a number of reasons, right? If we ask you why you're saying that the reset is being sent by the server, because you see the packet, but can you give me the reason why? It's like what kind of a packet in like response to what the server has sent that reset. Okay, you saw that the website is blocked with reference to web filter. You went to the web filter, modified the configuration, and it started working. But can you tell me how does a web filter functions? What is inside the packet that the firewall found out? I was sending the traffic for youtube.com, but somehow API google.com was getting blocked. I have never configured any configuration to block youtube.com. Why these sub URLs are getting blocked? Okay, are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say? The core functioning behind it. If a firewall receives a packet, what does the firewall do? What it is looking into, right? We all are aware of the structure called OSI model, right? From layer 1 to layer 7, correct? What in those headers, if the firewall is looking into TCP, what it is looking at, right? In UDP, what it is looking at, in IP header, what it is looking at, and the most important is why it is looking at. Okay, why it needs to look at the layer 3, why it needs to look at layers 7, why where they are looking for a certain thing. If I say in the web filter that URL youtube.com action block, and the firewall started blocking it, how does the firewall know that in millions of packet what he is receiving, this packet belongs to YouTube? How does he know that? Okay, no matter how I try to access the YouTube, maybe through the proxy, without the proxy, transparent proxy, explicit proxy, whatsoever the method that I know I have used it, but still the firewall is easily able to intercept the traffic, know that, hey, this is YouTube as per the configuration, I have to block it, and it is blocking it. Okay, so now these knowledge is garnered when you know the inside depth of the firewall functioning, and that is what is expected in the NSE 7. So let me show you the content to prove my point further, that why I say that NSE 4 and 7 means like the course is being clubbed together, because see, this is the contents of NSE 4, what you are seeing on the screen right now, section 1 and section 2. So let me just go through once. Introduction and initial configurations, right? That is what is in there. And security fabric, like I was saying that the concept in order to integrate your firewall with any product, like FortiManager, FortiAnalyzer, or even your custom servers, okay, your clouds, whatsoever you want your firewall to integrate with, it can do it. The concept is with reference to security fabric. Okay, firewall policies, what are the options in there, how does the policy functions, matches and all. NATing, end-to-end NATing coverage like SourceNet and like DNAT. Firewall authentication in terms of like how you will administer your firewall, okay, how you should create the administrative account, what kind of authentication is supported into your firewall, okay. Logging and monitoring means like to look for the logs, where you have to look for the logs, what is the sense of it, okay. Like for example, if I'm looking at a certain log, what do I make a sense of it, right? It says accept session close. What does this mean? Right, so we will see the logging part. Certificates, how does the firewall handle the certificates and how you can use the certificate in order to manage your encrypted traffic, okay, or in order to use your certificate for user-based authentication. So firewall can use certificate for different functions, okay. So we will be seeing that. These are UTM features. Okay, web filter, application control, antivirus, IPS, and there are a few more. Okay, so these are UTM features. Like I was saying, that you will be able to learn what are the basic configuration, how you can do or like configure in order to achieve your specific requirement. Okay, and in terms of VPN, you will be covering SSL VPN, and see the next section, you will also be covering site to site, as well as, okay, that is not part in here. So, okay, so two types of VPNs has been covered in here. When we say site to site, I'm talking about dynamic site to site, static site to site, and dial-up, that is remote based. Okay, so all site to site VPNs will be covered, whether it is IKE v1 or IKE v2 versions. Okay, routing, in routing, we will be covering static, PBR, that is policy based routing, BGP, and OSPF. Okay, these routings will be covered. SD-WAN concepts. Okay, so in your FortiGate firewall, you have the supportability of the SD-WAN. It also can be configured to function as an SD-WAN. So we will also be seeing that, how to configure it, how to manage it, how to check the logs. Okay, and what it actually helps you to solve. Okay, why do you need, and like how do you know that you have to use SD-WAN to achieve what you need. Okay, VDOM concept. What is VDOMs? Clustering. This is HA, that is cluster. Active, 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 passive. So we will see the functioning of that as well. Proxies. Okay, we will see there are two different functioning of your firewall. It can also function as a flow as well as a proxy. So what it means, what these terms means, what is the impact of these things onto the firewall functioning, we will be seeing onto that part. And of course, diagnostic means basic troubleshooting. Okay, so just as a glance, see here, introduction, security fabric, policies, NATing, authentication, logging, that is just logs and all, certificates, UTM features. In VPNs, you have SSL and IPsec, clustering, basic troubleshooting, routing, and SD-WAN, right? That's what your NSE 4 is. So if I only tell you about an NSE 4, that means I only have to tell you what these concepts are and how you can configure it. That's all. Okay. But the question to how these function, that is NSE 4 will never address. Okay, because it does not ask you to know what is going behind the scene. Never. But if I show you the NSE 7 now, see here. See the topics. Security fabric, it's the same, right? FortiOS architecture, that is intro and initial configuration, right? I can club that in here. So that is also there. Traffic and session monitoring, that is nothing but your logging, which we saw in the previous NSE4 also. Routing was also there. FortiGuard is a new add. High availability was also there. OSPF, BGP was there, right? Web filtering, IPS, these two were UTM features part, which were there. IPsec was also there. AD VPN is a new type of VPN that is introduced in an NSE7, and you also have an estimate, right? So more or less what you see is the content of NSE4 and 7 is almost same, right? Apart from one or two topics. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the difference is this is going to talk about depth knowledge. How I can configure, why I should configure, that's fine. But how does a web filter function? Right? How does a VPN function? See IPsec. Simply, if I say that, hey, if you want to build a site-to-site VPN, do these types of configurations, right? Done. But how does a VPN function? If I see SPI mismatch error, what does it mean and why it is happening like that? What is causing SPI error? Okay. Please note, as I've said, the core focus for this batch is going to be enhancing our troubleshooting skills. So minute to minute basic details is going to hold much significance. And you will see when I will start the courses, it's like in next from tomorrow itself, okay? So you will see that I am more focused upon the basics rather than going on to the upper top things and all, okay? Because if your basics is strong, everything will follow likewise, okay? So we need to know exactly packet to packet level information, okay? So that is what the NSE7 requires you to do. So the agenda and like topics of the course is clear?
Yeah. But
Yes, sir.
covering here NSE4 and NSE7 both, right?
Yes. So that's why I see since the topic is same, so
Yeah.
we have clubbed both the certifications into the same course, because if I'm going to start it from, let's say I have started OSPF. So why I will leave the OSPF just at the config level, right? Why we should not move up to the troubleshooting level? Yes or no? So once we start the topic, we will start from basic and move it to the high end. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how we are like going to do. So that will cover an NSE4 and 7 topic in a single shot. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now, see, apart from this, since the content of the course is clear, agenda of the course is clear. Now, let me tell you how we are going to proceed in this course. Okay. See, my way of teaching is, I will first tell you about basics, theory, concept. Okay. I will prove my points. Once I have explained you the basic concepts, the flow and all, then I will prove my theory in the lab. Okay. Please note, whatever I have not shown or done in the lab, don't believe a single word of mine. Okay. It never me across you or like you are against me. Okay. It's not like that. Whatever we see on the logs in the device, we will believe onto that part, right? If I say that, hey, this device processes the packet in a certain way, okay, why you should believe that? So the point is, I will show you in the lab. When I said this, that this device is going to process a packet in a certain way, I will show you that how this concept is proven with reference to the logs, what we see in the lab. So lab is going to play a very, very crucial part. The lab is going to be a mixture of graphical as well as command line. There are certain configurations which cannot be done in the graphics, which can only be done with reference to command line. Troubleshooting completely on the command line. Okay, troubleshooting, because apart from checking the GUI logs, you cannot do anything more into the GUI part. Okay, but if you want to see actually in that functioning of the firewall, CLI is the only option. So we will be extensively using the command line as well as the GUI. Okay, so kind of a mixture of both, like 60-40, you can say in that ratio, in order to achieve a proper troubleshooting. Okay, now let me show you the lab. Let me show you the lab, please, quickly. The screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now see here, the thing is, each one of you will be getting your own username and password once you have enrolled into the course. So this is the lab link, what you have to access from your browser. Only thing you need is internet connectivity. Okay. The best part is that this lab is a cloud-based lab. So you do not need to worry about what is the configuration of your machine from where you are going to learn this course and all. Okay, doesn't matter. You simply need a machine where you have a good internet. That's all. Okay. Now, once you log in HTML5 console, you will see there are a lot of labs configured in here. Most of them are practice labs. Some of the students also ask me to create some custom lab because they want to practice something. You ask me to do that, I will create it for you. Please note, you do not have the access to create labs. If you want anything, let's say you want to have a practice on a certain design or certain topology that you might have in your mind, show me that in the class. I will create it then and there. Okay. So, like for example, I mostly do my labs in here with reference to basic labs. So I will open that and you will see that. See, this is the basic lab. Okay, where I have a PC, I have a Cisco router, I have the firewalls in here. Okay, this is our internet gateway, networking gateway. So we will see how the packet flows and all. See, I have not designed my labs in a complex way. You will find simple to simpler diagram in my labs. Okay, the reason behind that is, as I've said in my first statement itself, the focus is on the concept rather than on the complexity. If you know how a ping flows from PCA to PCB or from PC to a Google, it doesn't matter what kind of a complex network you are having, the ping will flow in the same way, yes or no? The three-way handshake rule does not change for a machine towards a Google or a machine towards any complex to a complex network. The TCP three-way handshake concept is going to be same. Okay, so the focus is on the concept rather than on the complexity. I'm not going to give you any complex lab, or I myself don't work on a complex lab. Okay, it's all about the basics. Clear? But if in case you want to have something different, some different architecture into the lab, let me know. I will create it for you. Anyone can use it. Clear, guys? Clear?
Clear, sir. Clear, sir.
Now, so we are going to do whatever concepts that we are going to learn throughout the course. We are going to implement it in the lab. And once I have done the lab, it's up to you. You have to repeat it, or you want to do it by your own, you can do it by your own. Please note, whatever the changes that I will make in here, the change will be effective on each one's of portal, but my configuration will not be. So if I change the name of this tag, you can see the tag changed at your end as well. But whatever the configuration that I've done on these devices, that will not be replicable to you. Or whatever you do your configuration on your device, that is only for you or for your portal itself. That will have no hindrance in any other's lab configuration. So that means it's just like having your own personal cloud-based lab. That's how it is. Okay, clear? The only thing, the limitation is that you cannot create your own architecture. For that, you have to tell me and I will create it for you. You can see I've created a lot of labs in here. Okay, based upon what the people wanted, I've just created in their name. But these labs are something which anyone can use. But yes, I have created a lot of labs. Okay, clear? So we have separate labs, like for example, basic lab. For routing, we have OSPF and BGP as well. Okay, I have created that lab as well for OSPF and BGP. Let me show you. Like for example, let me show you the OSPF lab. So this is the OSPF lab in here. to do the OSPF labs and all. Similarly, for clustering, I also have created a cluster lab as well. Okay. So for different things, I have created different labs. Okay, so we will see that. Just like when we will go through the course. So for every concept, we are going to do the lab. Okay, without lab, no concepts learned. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now coming to the timing of the batch. This batch is going to be a weekend-based batch. That means Saturday and Sunday. The timing will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is 4 hours of class. Okay. Now, see, since this is only going to happen 2 days, so that's why the extent of that each day class is 4 hours minimum. Maximum, it's up to you people. If you want me to take up to 5, 6, 7 hours of class, not a problem with me. It's up to you. Okay. But I will be taking around 1 o'clock. Okay, till 1 o'clock. That is something which I need. Now, point is the pace of the class. The pace of the class or the batch is entirely dependent upon the people of the batch. That is, you guys will decide what will be the pace of the batch. If you think I'm going fast, stop me there. If you think I'm going slow, tell me that. Okay, it's you people. You have to get maximum of from this. Okay, so I'm not going to decide how speedily or how slow this batch is going to be. No control on my side. It's up to you people. You will take a call. Although I will be teaching in my own default pace, but if you think that, hey, you are going in a very speed way, or you need to go in a slower way, or maybe in a much faster way, tell me that. Okay, I'm open to that. Okay. Second, the mode of communication of this batch is going to be entirely English based. Okay, entirely English-based communication. The reason behind that is because some of the candidates would not be comfortable in Hindi language. I am only comfortable in English and Hindi, but some of the students may not be. So the common ground is English. So the entire batch is going to be based upon English. But that being said, if anyone, let's say for an example, I'm trying to explain you a concept, okay, or I'm trying to answer something, and maybe someone is there who is thinking that I'm not able to grasp what you are saying. Okay, you want me to reiterate that in Hindi for that specific concept or for that specific question. If anyone is willing to get an answer in Hindi, let me know that I can rephrase it in Hindi as well. So I can repeat it in English and Hindi, but not the entire batch. Okay, but if you are saying that whatever you see, you speak in dual language all the time, so that is going to be very time consuming.
Thanks, Rohan.
But yeah, so but still, if you are not able to grasp some specific concept and you want me to reiterate that in Hindi, I'm okay with that, not a problem. Okay, I will convert in both the languages. Okay, but the point is you have to ask me the questions. The only thing you have to do is probe me. Ask your questions. Smallest to smallest doubt. If I'm using a certain word that is not making sense to you, stop me there. Do not wait for the start or end of the class. Nothing like that. If a question is bugging your mind, speak it out. Because if that is bugging your mind, whatever I am saying or whatever I will say next for, you will not have your focus onto that because your mind is stuck onto that specific point, that what he said. Okay. So clear your thoughts then and there. Okay, so follow me on to that part. That is only thing I need from you. Rest all, leave it to me. Okay, it's my guarantee. I will, at the end of the batch, you guys will be working on the firewall as a pro. That's my surety. Not in reference to the configuration, but in reference to the troubleshooting. As I said, configuration is something which you do not have to waste your time on. Okay, and I'm very honest being saying that. Why? For example, IPsec configuration in FortiGate. I'm just opening the random things and all. Okay, I'm just showing you that. Configuration is something which you don't have to worry. You anyhow have it, right? Got it? Every step is there. So don't waste your time learning configuration. Okay. Although we are in business of training, but I'm not scared to use this as statement that if you are here to learn the configuration, please Google it and learn. Don't waste your money. Okay. Please don't learn configuration from me. Concepts, that is all. Okay, concepts. If you know the concepts, no matter whether you work on FortiGate firewall, Palo Alto firewall, Juniper firewall, or whatsoever the firewalls, you will hardly take 3 to 4 weeks to have a grasp of that any device which you are going to work in future, or maybe you have brought in past, because the basics, the RFC fundamental does not change. Okay, every device must abide by the RFC standards, right? The TCP three-way handshake concepts will never change for Palo or like Fortinet or Checkpoint or so forth. The TCP three-way handshake is same. Okay, so the basic what matters, the concepts, how to troubleshoot. So the please in this batch, you only have to do one thing is probe. Keep asking your questions, clear your thoughts, doubts, and whatsoever it with reference to the entire concepts what we are going to cover. Clear? Expectation from my side is also clear, and like what you are going to get from this batch is also clear. Do you have any questions in here with terms of certifications or contents, or how we are going to proceed in this batch?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, NSE 4 and NSE 7 will cover that 40 manager, 40 analyzer, or both are different?
No, those are different.
Okay.
Those are different, okay? Your manager and all is a different certification. NSE 5, NSE 6, those are that. Okay. NSE 4 is going to be with reference to FortiGate firewall.
Okay.
Okay. So NSE 4 and NSE 7, they both are going to be with reference to the firewall only.
So we are going to learn the basic troubleshooting or advanced troubleshooting in this.
Advanced. Why basics?
Okay.
Why, right? We are going to cover NSE 4 and 7 both. So that means from basics to the advanced.
Okay. Okay.
So I will also be giving, see, I have a way that at the end of, it's like for every topics, I would request you to be on mute. Okay. Seen here, for every topic, at the end of the topic, once we have discussed all the things in the lab and theories and all, I will be telling you a real-time troubleshooting examples as well, scenarios, because I myself am a working professional. Okay, so I also see day-to-day challenges. So I will be putting that challenge, seeing you what we are going to think about that. We will like brainstorm onto that to fix it. The activity will be done in order to just get a practice as how to narrow down the problem. Okay, that's all. We all have our different way to approach, troubleshoot or something, right? For example, let's say I'm saying that there is a customer who says that there's an intermittent drop. Please understand the issue here is that there's a LAN network and some random users. Okay, I'm just making it a simple diagram, nothing complex. He's saying randomly some users who belong to my LAN network are not able to access internet randomly. So it's not that fixed set of users are impacted, random. Sometimes user Rohan is impacted, sometimes user XYZ is impacted, sometimes that Rohan internet is down for 2 to 3 minutes, then suddenly it will start working, right? So it is happening like that, intermittent. So can you please help me to fix that problem? It's like to identify where the problem is, right? So how you will troubleshoot? Someone will say that, hey, we will verify the configuration of the firewall. Someone will say that we will verify the logs. We will take the packet capture. Someone will say, I will check the DNS. Someone will say, we will verify the ARP resolution. Someone will say, let's take the entire packet flow capture from LAN, FortiGate, and the internet. Okay, you may have different approaches. But if I ask, like the Chinese do, okay, Why you want me to verify DNS? Why you want me to take the packet capture? There must be a thought process, no? If you are asking the customer to check something, why you are asking him? What was the thought process behind it, right? Yes or no? You cannot just start hip hopping onto the firewall, right? Or onto the customer network that, okay, check this, maybe on the policy, maybe on the routing, maybe netting, maybe something else, right? There's no maybe. The biggest mistake that we as a troubleshooter will make is assuming things. Never do that. If you have a predefined mindset that this could be the cause of the problem, believe me, 99% times you will start in a wrong way to troubleshoot. Okay, 99% times. Never assume things. So my job is to tell you how to narrow down the problem. That's all. Once the root cause is identified, the solution will anyhow follow. Okay, so this is something which I also tell in my companies to my juniors as well, that we are not here to solve the problem. We are not. We are here to narrow down the problem. That's all. Because a VPN can flap because of 100 of reasons that could have caused the VPN flap. But my job is not to fix that. My job is to narrow down which was the exact cause which resulted in that customer's configuration to flap the VPN. Once I identify that, then the fix will follow. Clear? So this is what my approach is going to be for this entire batch. Make sense, guys? You might feel that I'm repeating the points again and again, but why I'm doing that is because I want to set the right expectation. Okay, I don't want to have a wrong expectation set that you are hoping for something else and I'm giving you something else. Okay, so the expectation should be correct. Is this clear, guys? Any doubt you have with reference to the course and the contents, let me know.
Yeah, Rohan.
Mhm.
So can you guide us how to create our own lab? Actually, if after courses also that lab expired means how we can create our own setup.
No, see, you cannot create your own lab. Creating the own lab has caused several problems with this. Okay, so that's why the accessibility has been limited. You cannot create it. If you want to have your own lab, let me know. You just have to tell me that, hey, Rohan, I want this type of lab. I will create it for you then and there. Okay, clear? So that's the only thing, but you cannot create it by your own.
Suppose if I were to set up in my system that Eve lab, then what is the pre-request for
Okay, you
that?
want to have it in your own system.
Yeah. What is the pre-request for that and how
Then I think you must be having a very high-end device. I mean, that means at least 8 GB RAM. Okay,
minimum?
is that. And second is like you must, in terms of software, you can have Eve. Okay, Eve is a software which will help you. And on the Eve, you can import the FortiGate firewall image. If you want to get the FortiGate firewall image, you can get back to networking support. Okay, they can help you out with that. Okay. We also have a dedicated lab team, support team. If in case you need any assistance with reference to it, they will help you out.
No, suppose if I want to set up in my system, so what is the minimum requirement for that laptop? That
I said you, I like told you that, right? 8 GB.
minimum.
Yes, because see, you can also run it on a 4 GB RAM, but the point is you will see slowness. Okay, so better to have a 8 GB. Okay.
Fine. Then I have 16 GB, so I can try. And
Of course, after all, 8 into 2 is 16, right? So you can get as many strong lab as you want.
so we can get images from NW Kings, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They will help you out. Okay, so if you want to have your own personal lab setup in your own device,
Yeah.
just reach out to the support guys. They will help you out.
Sure, because we are not covering here 40 EMS, 40 EDR. So if we have to get the extra emails, then
No, so EMS, ADS images are something which you will not get.
okay.
But the reason behind that is not that we are having it and we are not going to give you. No, the point is that those devices are not. It's like there is no free image for it. You have to get a license for it.
Okay,
Okay.
that images also we have to pay.
Sorry,
Means that images also we have to pay for setup.
which image?
That 40 EMS, 40 analyzer. So that these images.
For those you have to pay to the Fortinet company,
Okay.
not to the networkings. Okay. FortiGate firewall image is free with us. So whatever we have, we can give it to you, right? Okay. But for the licenses and all, if you're going to ask for license from the networkings, how the license will be given from the networkings? They charge in lakhs, multiple lakhs, right? So if you have to buy that, buy from the Fortinet. Got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Then drop silence.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, how much time we complete this course?
Oh, okay. I missed to mention that, right? So see, minimum I need 50 hours. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Around 50 hours I need to cover the entire firewall concepts. So if you calculate with reference to that, so I think 6 weeks of time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
6
Okay, sir.
weeks of time would be sufficient to complete this batch. But as I said, I'm not in hurry. If you want, it entirely depends on the pace of the batch. Okay, every batch has its own pace. Okay, so if the batch is extended to 8 weeks or 9 weeks, that's also fine for me. Okay, no like problem. Okay, but like minimum, I have seen that on an average 6 weeks to 7 weeks, it is completed. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So tomorrow we are going to have the first class for this batch, okay, from 9 a.m. itself.
Okay,
So
sir.
everyone will get the link for it, like for like tomorrow regular batch class, and that link is going to be constant and which you have to use all the time for this batch. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
No, Rohan.
Okay. One more thing I need to mention is there's a question like who can attend for this course, right? What is the prerequisite for this course? Okay. The prerequisite for this course is you must know basics of network. What do I mean by basics of network? This course is for someone who understands OSI. Okay. That means if I say layer 7 or if I say layer 4, layer 3, layer 2, layer 1, you should be able to understand what it means, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
don't want you to have an in-depth knowledge of protocols. Forget about that. I'm there to help you out in there. Okay, so no need to worry onto that part. But if I'm saying that, hey, HTTPS is a layer 7 protocol, so that should make sense to you. That what I meant by layer 7. That is OSI layer 7. I'm talking about application layer. Okay, these are just a 5 minutes knowledge. If anyone is not sure of that, just go through any YouTube video or a Google search. You will just get it. What does it mean? Okay, if I am writing 192.168 1.0/24, now this should make sense to you. That what this 24 means, right? If I'm saying this is the network, so you should know that this is going to suffice the range from 1.1 till 192.168 1.254. Correct? Yes or no? Right? Or 255. 255, right? Where this is broadcast ID and 1.0 is what? Network ID.
Network ID.
So
Yes, sir.
whatever is between that is 1.1 till 1.254. Whatever comes in between, that is your host IPs. That means the IP which can be assigned to your devices. Got it? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So do you know subnetting? Yes, fine. I just want you to know this. That's all. That is what my requirement. Okay, if I'm saying ping, that should make sense to you. What is ping? Okay, TCP, UDP, those terms should be clear. I don't want you to be a champion in TCP or UDP. If you are, well and good. But you should basics of TCP. Please be on mute. I'm not sure whose audio is that. I think. Okay. See here. The thing is, you should not be jumping into these protocols and all, but you should know the basics. Three-way handshake is what, since in ACK. Okay. So you should know the basics of this, because when I'm going to use the statement and terms, I will be using these basics terms frequently. Okay, so that should make sense. No matter whether you are from server background or a IT infra background, you have worked on switch, router, but never have worked on firewall. Does it make a difference and all sorts of questions? The answer is no. Okay, no matter what your background is. You simply know the basics of networks, that's enough for me. Okay, clear? Because why I'm saying that, because whatever the thing I will start is from basics, ABCD. Okay, so these just have the thoughts clear with reference to the phrases OSI, subnets, network, ARP, okay, IPs, MAC address. These words should make sense. That's all. Clear? And foremost, why I should go for the FortiGate firewall course, right? The main question, why I should go for the FortiGate firewall? To answer that, I have two reasons. There are multiple reasons, but two main reasons to support that. See, why for the FortiGate firewall? The answer to that is your FortiGate firewall is a NGFW firewall, that is next gen firewall. Okay, by definition, as per security domain definition, a device is said to be a next gen firewall if it supports IPS functionality. Okay, so if a device is supporting an IPS function, you can say that that device is a next gen firewall. For example, let me quote SRX. SRX is a Juniper device which also supports IPS function. So if you will search on the Juniper network website, you will find that your SRX is labeled as next gen firewall by like Juniper. Okay, but if you will work on that SRX, or someone who has worked on the SRX device, if you ask them, they will say that there is no additional feature of next gen firewall like the Fortinet, Sophos, Checkpoint, Palo Alto. What they can do as SRX cannot. It has a very limited functions. Okay, so the point what I'm mentioning is, when you learn the FortiGate firewall, FortiGate in like for FortiGate firewall, you have to learn the end-to-end concepts. That means from policies, NATing, certificates, VPNs, SD-WAN, inspections, the entire UTM features, okay? The packet encryption, decryption, how you can process it, how you can configure your firewall to ensure the security, the DDoS, okay? Everything has to be learned. So it's a complete package. Okay, the routing part will also be covered, the VPN part will also be covered, the like clustering part will also be covered. So apart from what the basic router function says, so in addition to that, the firewall will cover all the other aspects of the network. So since the FortiGate firewall supports all kind of features or like functions that is supported in this entire network design, so that's why learning this device will help you to garner the idea of almost 95% plus concepts that is existing in the network structure. Okay, so you will never feel a blank, like if someone is talking about anything, okay, you will not be a blank minded. Okay, you have heard this term, that term will make sense to you what the people are talking about. That is what the FortiGate firewall course will give you. Okay, and second, let me share the slide again to show you one thing. I believe my PPT is visible, right? Right? PPT is visible, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now see here, I think everyone would be aware of Gartner, right? Gartner is a company which rates the products, right? With reference to, they will say that which like device is best or what the customers are referring to. Okay, so you will be seeing onto those parts. So see here, if you will see with reference to vendors as specific as per the Gartner report, for the enterprise DC data centers, and enterprise means larger businesses, like for example, Meta, Twitter, okay, Microsoft's, okay, Google, okay. So all these things. So these are the companies which maintains largest data center. Okay. So even those companies are preferring Fortinet into their own on-prem data center. They are focusing on the Fortinet firewall. They are trusting the Fortinet devices to secure their data center. Okay.
But that is 2022's report, right?
I will show you the latest one as well. I have the older screenshot. So it is not just for a single year. Okay. For every year record, if you are going to see, Fortinet is always be seen in the fourth quadrant. Okay. That is the leadership quadrant. Okay. I will like show you that. So see here, with reference to distributed also, you will see Fortinet is the preferred one. With reference to SMB, that is the small scale businesses, those medium scale businesses, Fortinet is the preferred one. Okay. So, and let me show you the latest trend. Okay. Latest trend also, let's see that. Where is it? Let's see that. Gartner quadrant 20 or magic quadrant of Fortinet, right? I'm seeing in here. I think they have released in December 2023 also they have released it. I'm not able to find the Gartner website, but it is. I think here we have something related to 2023. This is for SD-WAN. For firewalls, they have released up to 2022 only, brother. Okay, for SD-WAN, they have released up to 2023. Okay. But even for the older one, you will find it. I think, yeah, for enterprise wired also, they have released 2022. For SASE, they have released 2023. So maybe by this year, they will release the latest report. Okay, but you can see in here, the main thing is this quadrant. Okay, this is the magic quadrant that I was referring to. This leaders quadrant. Okay, ability to execute and completeness of vision. You can see that. So like you can see Palo Alto is exceeding on the vision part, but execution part, he is lagging as compared to Fortinet. So there are several aspects onto that. Okay, so but these are common companies which you will always find in the leader section. Okay, that means they are the top leaders. That means
that three vendors are top leaders, right? As of now.
Currently, yes. Now, what does this mean? This means that most of the businesses across, whether it is a small scale, medium scale, distribution scale, or enterprise scale, okay, they are preferring the products from these three devices. That means you will find great chance to improve your career if you have the skills to manage these devices. Okay, so that's how you also design your career. How would I know that what I should learn, right? Because every device is going to offer more and less the same thing, right? But the point is what I should learn for, what I should go for. So this is how you decide that what is the current trend in the market, and always go with the trend. Okay, that's how I have also excelled. I have always followed the trend. Okay, so whatever the trend is, You just go with that skill. Okay, and you will see a massive boost to your own career. Okay, so this will prove that point. So it's not that I'm saying that, hey, this is the best firewall, blah, blah, blah. You should go with that. Don't go with any other. No false claims. Okay, whatever the report suggests, which is trusted by the international community and like businesses, you can see like there who is the leader. Okay, so whatever you learn from these.
What is the major difference in between the three firewalls?
Sorry, what?
Means what is the major difference between Fortinet, Palo Alto means what actually they differ?
There are two different devices having two different architecture, but with reference to the functioning, they are almost same because what they are. Even all the products what you are listing in here, they all are following the same basic structure to flow. But the major difference is on the product design, product architecture.
So in deployment, different is that no?
Sorry, what?
Means different is in deployment or in security in terms of.
No, in security, more or less, they all are giving the same. But the point is, which one gives better flawless, right? For example, you can also buy a Android phone or at the price of 10,000, right? But you can also get a phone at the price of 40,000, right? Maybe 1 lakh. So there's a difference to it, right? Both are phones. Samsung S24 is also a phone, or like a normal Oppo is also a phone. But the point is, what is the difference? Which one is better? So the way to execute the functions, how quick they are, how more they are efficient to achieve what you want, how they are proactive to secure your businesses. So to prove that point also, let me show you one thing. FortiGuard, I will talk extensively about FortiGuard in our first day class tomorrow, but let me show you one thing. FortiGuard is a cloud-based server, okay, which is designed to hold all kind of database in terms of applications, websites, attacks, viruses, malwares, spywares, adwares, okay. And not only that, it can also assist you to with reference to get the IP and domain ratings, okay, whether they are good and bad. It can also help you to help your firewall to make a decision whether the received traffic or which is a suspicious one is a true threat or it's a false threat. It can also help you to identify that. It can also act as a DDNS to host your domain record and several other functions that your FortiGuard is capable to do. But the point is, see here, it gives you several services. Like for example, these all are services which the FortiGuard gives to you, and these things are offered only to the devices which are licensed one. So if your firewall or if your device is a licensed firewall, then only FortiGuard will give you all its services. Okay. Now let me show you one thing with in reference to, like I said, now that everyone gives the same or more, it's like more and less the same features, right? But who is performing better, right? So I'm showing you an IPS which is responsible to prevent attacks. Okay. So see here, currently there are 19,218 attacks which is being known to the FortiGate firewall, which is known to your firewall itself, so it can identify and stop that. And you can see how frequent is the release update. Last 21 hours, you can see there was one more. So in past 24 hours, you will see there were 2 updates released for the IPS attack, where 1 was added and 8 were modified. Okay, so it keeps on improving, and because of that, you see this is the major booster point. If you are holding a picture of a potential terrorist, it's very easy for the security agencies to identify that the person and stop him, right? Because you know how he looks like, correct? Right? It's very easy. But you only know that there is someone who is going to bomb a certain place, but you have no idea how he looks like or she looks like. Now that's a tougher job, right? Now, if the security agency is able to stop that attack, then I will say that, hey, this is a very good one, right? This is what it proves, 0-day vulnerability. So stopping these 19,218 attacks is not a big task because we know how it looks like. What will be the traffic pattern? So just by seeing into the traffic flow pattern, I can identify and stop this. But what if there is an attack which is not known to anyone? No one has seen it. And if still your firewall is capable to mitigate that, you will trust that device, right? And see, the firewall has been successfully able to stop 1023 0-day. Okay. So this is the proven record that this is a very efficient firewall. And that is what you are seeing as a result in the Gartner also. Ability to execute the y-axis graph. See, Fortinet is on top. Flawless. Okay, so it functions in a very flawless way. You will not have lagging or something. And what you have bought your firewall for, he is going to exactly do the same thing for you. So that's why people trust these products, Fortinet, Palo Alto. Okay, clear? So sometimes you will say Palo Alto is going to be slightly higher than Fortinet. Then sometimes Fortinet will be higher than like Palo. They both go side by side. Okay, clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
You got the gist of an idea, right? How you will decide which device is better. Okay, so that's why going with this course will enhance you to get all kind of like fair amount of knowledge about majority of network security concepts, because these firewalls are designed in such a way that you have to learn all those concepts. And like that's why it is helpful to go for a course which gives you everything on a single point rather than going for multiple courses and like garnering some information from each one of that. So that is why I would say that this course is like a good one to go for. Even if you're looking to start your career as a network security, a must go course for this. I see 2 messages. Let me read that out. Networking gives SASE. Okay, but I'm not the person who will give the SASE. Okay, so you can check this query with our coordinators. Okay, they will like tell you what is the course that they have for this. Okay, Joshi.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, there's one more question. Can we learn other firewalls from Palo Alto or Checkpoint through self-learning once we learn Fortinet? The answer is yes, you can. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this just for the sake of saying yes and no. Okay, let me stop the recording. Recording started. Yeah, tell me now. Any other questions, guys? Pin drop silence, no questions, all doubt cleared. If that happens, that means I have done a good job.
Yeah, I'm totally understanding.
Okay. Okay. So I have not heard anything from Shashank, Rachit, Jeremy, Paul, Ganesh. So guys, you are clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Okay.
Rohan, one more thing.
Yes, please.
Suppose in FortiGate firewall, right? In FortiGate, suppose we have different other like kind of 40 EDR, 40 analyzer, ये भी मतलब techniques है. तो Palo Alto checkpoint के भी ऐसे ही रहते हैं क्या?
They have, yes. They have their own several products, okay, to like manage the configuration, to manage the entire devices in a single platform. Okay, they also have their Prisma setup to give an SWG. They also in like Prisma, they also give support for the SD-WAN. Okay, so you will see CloudGenix. Okay, so CloudGenix is the name, which is the SD-WAN solution from Palo Alto. So every company has that. Okay.
Means Palo Alto also having EDR analyzer.
Yes, if you're asking that, do they also have similar product as what we have FAZ or FMG? The answer is yes, they also have. Okay. Fine. So the focus is going to be on the Fortinet and Fortinet only, and that too with reference to FortiGate firewall. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hidden agenda. I'm promising you something else, and I'm like giving you something else. Nothing like that. Everything is set on the recorded line. Wherever you want me to hold accountable, you can always refer that recorded video, which is going to be in your batch day 1. That is 3rd of Feb. Okay. So you can always refer to that and you can pinpoint that, hey, Rohan, you said this and you are not giving this, or you are like changing your terms. I'm sure that will never happen. But if anyone feels, refer to this. That's why it's like repeating myself as a broken record again and again, that whatever we are going to learn is with reference to FortiGate firewall only. And when I say FortiGate firewall, that means end to end. Whatever the topics, what I have shown you in the slides with reference to NSE 4 and 7, every topic I will cover. I will not miss a single one.
Rohan, one more request I have. So in every like classes now, if you are giving us like a task, so it's better for troubleshooting for us and we can understand more better. So can you keep like tasks or SOPs for us?
Let me start the batch, okay, and then you will see how I progress, okay.
Sure.
There
So
is a
just
task. There is a task, okay, but the task is something which I will do myself, okay. I will not give any task which I have not done by myself. I will first do it by myself. I will show you how it is done on the like recorded line, okay, and then it's up to you. You want to repeat it, you like repeat it, but the motive of the task is not to repeat the configuration and to achieve the required result. The motive is that once you have done it, what I've shown you, try to verify the debugs, try to verify the packets and see how the packet is flowing, what the firewall did. That's the motive. Okay. So if you can, it's like just replicate what I have done and just check the logs and all to build your or to re-establish what your learning is. That is going to be a big changer for you in your confidence. Okay. Apart from that, as in challenges to perform an SOP to troubleshoot or something. See, like I said, every one of us is having our own way to approach the problem. Okay. There is no defined certain SOP to solve any problem. Any problem, brother. There is no defined SOP. But the point is, like I mentioned in like before also, that if I'm saying that I need to check DNS, so why I am asking to check the DNS? You should know the answer why, then only propose your approach. Okay. You should not be with a blank mind that, okay, fine, in a certain type of situations, we always check DNS, we always check ping to the ISP. You know, I have heard when I take interviews, I have often asked this question. Almost like when I will say that, hey, this kind of an situation is there. So I've heard the people will say we will try to ping from the PC to the firewall or like PC to the ISP. They will say, then I will say that why you are pinging to the firewall, why not to the ISP? Or if they say that I will ping to the ISP from the PC, I will say that why you are pinging to the ISP, why you are not pinging to the gateway or to the next hop? They will have no answer. I'm not saying what they said is right or wrong. That is right. Okay. But the point is why you are bringing it to the ISP, not to your firewall or not to your router. Okay. So the point is that concept must be clear in your mind. If you are not able to answer that, that means you are just following a standard procedure. You have seen your colleagues working like that. You are doing in the same way. It's just like a sheep herd. The front sheep is wherever he goes, everyone is following behind him, right? So we are not a sheep herd. Okay, we are going to use our own mind. So and like that is what I will try to change in this batch. Okay, think before you act. That's all. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Shashank here.
Yeah, Shashank, tell me please.
Yeah, even after having so much security, the hackers are bypassing the firewall. How do they do it, and what are their? Are they forwarding the any like they having the other techniques or
No.
what is?
See, the point is I have been part of several sales call as well, dealing in
Hmm.
situations and all. I've heard this common ground. And also in like whatever our friends are in my pre-sales department, I also talk to them. I always say that, hey, do you guys really promise to the customer that if you use my product, you are 100% safe, nothing will happen to you? They say that no product, no vendor can claim that.
Right.
No matter how. Okay, I have muted you because there was a lot of noise coming on. Okay, see, even if you have best of the security fencing your borders, right? Like for example, America is known for this, right? They have a higher securities and all kind of high techs and all, right? Still, someone banged the plane into like their twin tower, right? Someone did it. Okay, so the point is, security does not ensure 100% safety. It simply ensures that we will try our best to mitigate your chances to get compromised. Okay, so how efficient your security appliances are to mitigate your chances to get compromised, that is what decides how efficient that product is. Okay, so maybe out of 1 lakh threats or 1 lakh attempts, maybe someone in like near future, someone would be able to pass through my like firewall. That can happen. But will that happen again? Never. If someone has still managed to bypass my device or bypass the security what has been offered by my device, it does not mean that he can do it again. Okay, and see, I will not talk much in details right now because I will save my arguments when I will tell you about IPS function. But to give you an overall gist, there is an attack cycle. Okay, so it is not necessary that your device is capable to stop the attack and in the first glance. Maybe he will not be, but maybe in a return path he can. So there are 4 stages that in any one of that stage, if your firewall is capable to stop that, then it's done. Okay, that means the attack has been foiled. Now coming to your question that how does the attacker manages? See, there are several methods, several. They will try to know your product, what the software you are using. Okay, they will garner the information like what kind of protocol versions that your firewall supports or you have configured. For example, does your firewall support TLS 1.0, 1.1, 1.2? Okay, and if they do, then see here.
They will try to create similar packets like that, no?
No, that is, yeah, yes, that is one of thing they can use, but I will show you one thing. Let's say your firewall supports TLS version 1.0. You have not you have just done a casual configuration on your firewall and you have ensured that your firewall also supports TLS version 1.0. Now let me show you one thing. I'm just opening any of the link. There are several vulnerabilities. Okay, the weakness of 1.0, which can be used or to compromise your network. Okay, there are several things. Okay, there are several CVEs as well. Okay, I think this is a different one. Vulnerability CVE. I think this is okay. This example would be good. See here. TLS protocol, right? CVE. This is the vulnerability number. Okay, so see what it says. Session using TLS 1.0 protocol, which is no longer considered capable of providing a sufficient level of security. Do you see this? So what is the weakness? Using this vulnerability, an attack can be designed, which is known as beast attack. Okay, so the point is, see, you are forcing me to talk. Okay, let me talk. Let me give you a simple example. Okay. Let me give you a simple example to explain you what I'm talking about. See, for example, there is a house, okay? There is a house and I am a thief who is willing to just crack into that house and to steal something. So do you think what I have, what I got? Motive? Yes or no? I got a motive now.
Yes.
Cannot happen without a motive. The attacker
Right.
always has a motive. He want to do
Right.
something. Okay, maybe he want to damage your entire service. Maybe he want to encrypt your entire data, asking for some money. That is ransomware. You might have heard of it, right? There is a motive behind it, what they want to do. Once they have a motive, what they want to do. So let's say I am a thief. I have a motive to steal something from a house. So what is the first thing I will do? Think with reference to a thief first. Okay. I will do
Right.
the recon that house.
Yes.
I will do a Reiki. Why I'm doing a Reiki? To know the pattern of the house owner when he's leaving, when the house is vacant, when it's like, does the neighbor often come and like visit to the house or not? Something, right? I will
Right.
also try to find out it's like, what is the weakness point so that I can use it to enter or like break into your house, maybe through the window, maybe through the front door, back door, roof, right? Yes or no? That is what
Yes.
I'm going to do a recon for. The point is, I need to know. Let's say, for example, you are locking your house with the keys and all, right? So even if I know that what company lock you have used to safeguard your front door, that is helpful for me, right? You might have seen in several bank heist movies. Always the team who is a safe cracker, he always knows about what kind of model and like design the safe is deployed in the bank, so that they can practice to like crack it. Yes or no?
Right.
Correct? So if I know so see, I did a recon to know all these information, that what kind of company log you are using, what kind of entry points you may have, roof, windows, back, front, side, whatever the entries point that I can use. Okay, so I've got all these informations. Now, once I have these informations, what I will do? I will then try to practice that how I can break this, right? Maybe
Right.
out of these 5 entry points, I am capable to break one of the entry point, that is your main door itself, because I know your vendor lock. Okay, so I bought a similar lock from the market and I started practicing it to open it, and I cracked it into it. Okay, so I know now how to open it. So now what I will do? Now I will decide date and time that when I will execute my attack. So it's the time now to the planning is done. Now execution. So now I will initiate the attack. That means I will visit to your house. I will just do my stuffs to open your front door inside into your house. Got my material and I'm coming out. Correct?
Right.
Got attack is successful, right? Motive is successful. Same thing happens. The attackers also follow in the same way. That is
Okay.
what we call a attack cycle. What is it means? They will first recon your network or devices. That means I will send a ping packet. You will be surprised to know that if I send a SYN packet, now TCP has a functionality that for every packet there is a response. Yes.
Right. Right.
So see, identifying a public IP is not a big deal. I can know your public IPs. There are several ways to know it. What I will do is I will simply send a ping packet and a SYN packet. If I send a SYN packet to you, you will send me a response to it. Maybe you will
Right.
define it, or maybe you will just like give something else, right? SYNAC or a reset something, whatever you are going to give me. But whatever you give me as a response, that will disclose a lot of information about your device, that how it is configured, what it is supporting, what kind of a response I got. Okay. Now, based upon that, I can easily frame what? See, let's say, for example, you have hosted your your firewall access on your public IP. So I will send a SYN packet, SYNAC ACK will happen. When I will send the client, hello, you may refuse it because I don't have a proper username and password, right? Correct? But when I send the client hello, and in response to that, whatever you have sent me, that will tell me exactly what kind of TLS version you are using. Got
Right.
it? So I got
Yes.
your company name, what kind of vendor you are using. That's
Right.
similar to that clock. Similar to that lock. Okay, so I got. Now I know you are using TLS 1.2, for example.
Hmm.
So I will now practice in all order to find weakness of that TLS 1.2, how I can crack it. Got it?
Right.
Let's say I have found it. Okay. So now I
Okay.
know your weakness. So now I
Okay.
will design my attack to exploit that weakness. Clear?
Okay.
Because I have a motive, right? What is my
Mhm.
motive? So in order to achieve that motive, I will now design my attack to exploit that weakness. Once my attack is designed, now the execution part. Now I will initiate that attack. Maybe I will send lakhs of packet to you, or maybe I will fabricate my intention into an encapsulated, encrypted packet into the TCP, and I will send you as a normal SYN, okay, which you will
Right.
add further. Okay, so whatever my intention is, so I will fabricate my packets according to it, and then I will inside your network. Now the point is, let's say the intention was to reach to your service server and to inflict or to install the spyware or botnet kind of a thing to leak the information. That's my motive. Okay, so I went inside, installed the botnet, and I am living out. Okay, so now see, the botnet has started gathering the information and he is sending those information to your server. That is my attacker server, because I need
Hmm.
your information. Maybe my firewall is able to stop the botnet. Maybe I was not able to stop you installing the botnet, but I am stopping botnet traffic coming to you. So that
Hmm.
means what? Attack is foiled. The thief
Yes.
went inside your house. He stole the things, but when he was coming out, you caught him. So can you say that the
Right.
so can we say that the thief that the thief motive was successful? No,
No.
he
No.
got to stop, right? Although he broke into the house, he stole it, but while he was living, you caught him.
Hmm.
So that means
Right.
now you have several stages to foil anyone's attack. Got it? So this is how the attack design works. Okay, so I went into much more depth and all to explain you the functioning, but the attack cycle also follows in the same way. So the device must be capable in order to mitigate the attack. That's why the sales team also use this word mitigate. That
Hmm.
we have a proven record to ensure that whoever the businesses have opted for the FortiGate firewall, we have helped them to successfully mitigate several attacks. Okay. No device vendor can claim that I will give you 100% security. No one can claim.
Right.
Okay. Anyone can breach. Okay. But the point is, if it happens somehow, which will not, we will ensure that this is not a simple task to crack. They will have to bite a very hard nut to crack my device. Okay. That's the one thing. And second, even if they manage to do, they will not be able to do the complete. Like they will not be able to complete the entire attacks cycle. Even if they have been managed to successfully execute the attack, this will never happen again. That's for sure. Okay. So that's how
Hmm.
they pitch in their cells. Okay.
Hmm.
Fine, man.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. It's a very good and interesting thing, man. The more you learn, the better it is. You will be surprised to see how beautifully they design their attacks, man. They will
Hmm.
find each and every small things.
Right.
Okay,
Thank you.
fine then. So let's wrap up for the day and hope to see everyone tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the first day of the class. Okay, from 9 a.m. Okay,
Okay.
maybe I will not take 4 hours of class tomorrow. Maybe we will have a slight pace starting, maybe for 1 or 2 hours. Okay.
Okay.
After that, we will start our flawless 4 hours classes. Okay, fine.
Okay.
And it's not a hard and fast rule that every time we'll have a 4 hours class. If sometimes we feel that today is not the day to learn, okay, so not a problem. Okay, I'm okay with that. Okay, so it's not a class rule that hey we have to sit in here. Okay, so who knows? You are on mute and like watching Netflix. Like who knows, right? So if you are not willing to learn today, not a problem. Tell me, class will be wrapped up before. Okay.
No, no, Rohan, you can go ahead.
No, I'm just saying onto that part. Okay. Yeah.
We can learn while watching Netflix also.
Okay. Okay, man. Then see you all tomorrow.
Okay, Rohan.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.